Hello everyone! So, the official TAKARA TOMY channel has released its video showcasing Brave Valkyrie. We're going to be actually going over an exclusive battle that they did against Union ACHILLES. They did a battle like this time, like at least 2 rounds, so we got an idea of how it's going to work and perform. I'll be breaking that down slowly. First thing I do want to mention is they actually talked about the chip on the Valkyrie, and there's like this thing now where like the lock's a little bit different on the Valkyrie. You're gonna notice compared to Hyperion. Yeah, it's a little bit different, which I thought was a little bit interesting. I believe it was something along the lines of, in the original tweet, something like there's like a hard lock in there and the chassis doesn't have too many clicks or something like that. But yeah, make sure you are keeping up to date with the official Master Bladers account, because they actually tweet out info here and there. So going over just the one specific, what they said with the image I'm showing right now is that, and the performance looks a little bit different. It's more attack specific as the number of locks decreases and the one-step lock becomes harder. So that's the whole thing. So the chip even has kind of like a gimmick to it in terms of just the lock. Oh, and by the way, they obviously have all these Valkyries up in display, and they're going over it, and now we're gonna finally have a good Valkyrie. The last time we had a good Valkyrie was like Cho-Z. This last was not good. Anyways, they are going over and they're showing it. Obviously, we've already seen most of it, but again, it's a lot more in depth. So, like I will say, the Super King chip, or the Sparking chip, which is the proper thing to say, is Valkyrie. Gonna have an interesting lock to it. Brave is the super ring, 2A is the chassis, and Evolution Dash is the driver. So we take a little better look at Evolution Dash, and I do like the coloring on it. Oh, and by the way, here's where they talk about the lock thing, and we actually see it visually. Like visually, you can actually see it a lot better. You can clearly see that there's a little bit of a difference. So I think that's going to make it interesting now, because I thought these chips weren't going to have anything really too special with it. I thought they're just going to be all the same, but guess not. Maybe in the future we'll have a lot of interesting things in shapes. That'll be cool to see, which will make them like the GT chips, basically. Looks nice. We obviously see the Super Ring of Brave, which was compared to Judgment Joker, obviously because rubber. It does look very nice. Also has a little bound gimmick thing. There's like a little tab on there that's yeah, it's really cool. They're also comparing chassis right there. So 2A looks awesome. 2A looks awesome. There's 1A, then after there's 2A. So cool to see. So cool to see. So they're going over it, and obviously they're comparing it, holding it, showing it in different angles. And yeah, before we actually get to the main event, which is actually the battle that they actually have with Union ACHILLES, which was really cool to see, and we're going to do a breakdown of it. They did actually show off Brave Solomon. Solomon? I am definitely probably saying it wrong. This is a rare Baguette battle. This is not something that you can purchase, right? It's just a lair. It's not something you have to... If you have an account, you've been scanning points up until now on like Burst, right? You'll get a chance to do it. The rates are always very low to even get one of these rares, and like I said before, even if you manage to win it, if you don't have a contact that is in Japan to get it for you, then to ship it for you, you can be kind of out of luck, unless you just want to go buy it off an auction. But the Solomon chip has metal on it. That is the gimmick with it. The Sparking chip core is normal. Brave is just gold, and we get to see a gold 1D chassis, which is cool to see, I guess. It's always cool to see rare Baguette battle bays, and they show the Solomon chip a little bit closer, and it does look pretty cool. I do get the complaints of the gold, which, to be honest, you know, it's fair enough. It's fair enough. The thing is, though, it's rare, so I'm not going to really harp on it too much. The next thing I want to go over is actually the Sparking launcher left. We never got to see what the box looks like, and yeah, now we do. Now I get to see what it looks like. So if you are wondering, before, they only released the red one. Now, if you want to launch left base with a Sparking launcher, get this one, so you can launch left base and you can have the little sparks with it. So just to mention that. So now, onto the main event, which I'm sure you've all been waiting patiently, unless you just skipped. They did a little battle. So this was against Union Achilles, and it seemed pretty fair. The one in the actual... Usually at the end of every episode, they'll always showcase a thing, and they'll do like one mini battle, and Brave bursted Union right away. So going over this, right? We actually have the thing right here. So when they launch it, okay, so it's going around. We see it's going around. So first of all, keep in mind that when Brave was battling against Union, the evolution wasn't awakened, so that's why the movement pattern maybe doesn't look so aggressive. Obviously, awaken evolution when you get it. I think that would be fair to say, just like variable. It only makes sense to awaken it. So yeah, basically this part right here, they just pocket it out. Like, it's right there, hits it, 2 hits, which I don't know if that was kind of like with the bound gimmick, because you notice it was... Because you notice with the blue, I guess it's the bound gimmick. Look when it's about to hit it, and then it's going forward, pushes it, so pushes it again. So the big push right there, pocket it out, I believe that is how the bound gimmick is gonna probably perform IRL. Goes around, then after obviously they get a ring out, and then after 3, 2, 1 go shoot. So it's going. They're both going back and forth. Going around, and then right when we get towards the end of it, which as we move forward, it's slowing down, and it does do a successful burst finish. So let me just go back on there. So you see it, hit it, and then after it is a burst, and yeah, it wins. So in terms of performance-wise, it definitely seems like it's going to be something really solid. Obviously, I'm not going to say it's going to be the best, because eventually they're going to make another release, and that's probably going to one-up it, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's going to be like Judgment Joker when it was introduced in GT, you know? It's going to be really solid. There's going to be probably a lot of good combos you can make with it. I even think the stock alone will just be solid, all things considered. I am still curious against maybe bays that also have rubber, how it's going to perform against it, like Judgment Joker or like Lord Spriggan, or even something like Zwei. Just because, you know, they can show all these things, but it doesn't really give me an idea. Like, Union Achilles is like, all right. It's not really like, I would say, a good point of reference if it beats it. I mean, certainly it's a little bit better than if it went up against Heaven Pegasus or Bushin Ashura, but that's where we're leaving it off. So they don't have the random booster video out yet. If the booster is super interesting, I'll do a follow-up video. If not, you'll just see me maybe combine it with some other news. I hope the booster is gonna be interesting. I hope they're picking good parts, because we already basically have an idea of what the discs are, and I'm just hoping for the best. Also keep in mind, which I'll say at the end, if I said something that maybe wasn't actually said in the video, keep in mind it's just speculation on that part. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and comment what videos you want to see with Brave. Come on, comment, whatever it may be. If it's within reason, I'll probably do it. And yeah, that'll be it for now. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome, amazing day.